Well, hey, um, everybody remembers those days, right? Or you're going through them. Anybody that's been on the transplant list or currently on the transplant list, or you're going on to the transplant list, this right here can be your worst nightmare because it's always on, it's always loud, and it never rings when you want it to. But the cool thing is, for those that have been through it, it does ring, and that's the payoff. But man, what a ride to get it to ring. And those times give us so much anxiety that, we question sometimes, when do we call our transplant team? Are we, nobody tells us. I mean, we're told medically the things that need to take place. They keep us the blood work that we do, the how they match us up, with the donors. It has to be right size, right blood type, all these kind of things, and some of that is taken out of the equation by um, the immunosuppressants that we get. So there are a few things, but you'll definitely have to match size and all this kind of stuff. So that being said, today's topic is, how do we keep in touch with, when do we keep in touch with our transplant team? So those answers are, every general 3 to 4 weeks, and just kind of a light, hey, how you doing? Um, Everything's good here. How's everything, there? Is there anything I need? We're good with insurance, all this kind of thing. Just make sure there's no surprises on their end. That gives them just kind of that brief contact with you, and it also helps. Um, it's not going to change where you're at on the list because that is all, like I said, with that happens medically, and just depending on how sick you are, it depends on your med score, all that kind of stuff. But for the times that we really do need to reach out, anytime that we've gone to the hospital and we are admitted, anytime we go to the emergency room, they need to know all those kinds of things, because if we do get called for a transplant within those time frames, they need to know if there's any kind of extra medications or any other treatments that we're going through, um, to keep on top of that. So, though in those situations, you call them or you get in touch with them through my chart and reach out that way. And that's a less invasive way. And they usually get back with you within a few hours to 48 hours. And that way you can also let them know, hey, you can even, while you're in the hospital, say, hey, I'm in the hospital and this is happening. And, also they want to make sure that we're not going anywhere um, with in a certain range of travel. They want to keep us within a couple of hours, with where we're going to be transplanted, because they need to know that we are there. So our life kind of seems like it's on hold. But, general rule of thumb, to reach out to your transplant team every 3 to 4 weeks, like I said, in case, unless it's in case of emergency. So, guys, if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully, we'll have more content for you to coming up that you'd be interested in, and we will see you on down the road.